Come on up here, Patty.
When I'm investigating, a lot of times I turn into Miss Starling and I call on Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ! That's one of the main ones. I'm not taking it in vain. I'm calling him for help. That's what I say. But it's mainly when I get startled, it's something like a door slamming. It's something, someone had just walked in and scared me. It's nothing paranormal. But we did have this one case that we weren't sure whether it was paranormal or not. We were investigating a dentist office that had been a yarn store, which, I'm drawn to that. So, all of the investigators were in one room, and the guys were kind of standing in the doorway, and the girls were standing over to the side. There was a counter, and on the counter was a sign. It was leaned up against the wall at an angle, because it was like this. So, you would think if this sign fell, it would slide down like this. It did not. It fell like that, smacked on the counter. I turned into, I think I was a 20 starlet at that time. I was, yee! And the lady standing next to me now, she was probably about this tall. I started climbing her. I'm like climbing up this lady. One of the other investigators, who's really, really sweet, she dropped the F-bomb. And we're just screaming. And then we finally okay. That's all it was. It was just a sign. And it was still pretty paranormal because we could not figure out how that sign fell. So another time we were investigating, we were at a Masonic temple, and we were in the basement. It was just us girls, and I was taking pictures of this. It was like a crawl space, and I'm leaning up against it, or not leaning up. I'm like it's like right here in front of me. I'm taking pictures, and all of a sudden I hear boom, boom, boom right next to my head, and my first instinct was run. So I actually did start running. The other girls with me, they were running. I was running this way to get my equipment because I'm not leaving that behind. And then that made me think, wait a minute, this is what we're here for. We never did figure out what that is. I don't have the pictures on my computer right now, but when you're a paranormal investigator, you're told, or kind of trained to take more than one picture. So I've taken about 4 pictures, maybe 5, and you can see in the pictures, which later on, if you come to me, I can show you on my phone. But it's the crawl space, the crawl space, the crawl space, something yellow, like a big streaky yellow thing, the crawl space, and then you can tell the one I ran because it's like turned and there's you can see motion in it from when I was running. But we don't know what that yellow bright light was, but that, I think, is when we heard the bang, bang, bang. Now, we don't put a whole lot of stock in phone apps, but we have one called the Ghost Radar. And my mom will sit up at the command central, I guess you would call it, watching the cameras. She radios down to me. She's like, yeah, my ghost app just said run. And I'm like, well, we just did that. But we calmed ourselves down, so we're slightly professional, not quite. Now, The second fear I'm going to tell you about is irrational fears. These are the type of fears that you have no idea why you're afraid of them, but you are. My main irrational fear, which kind of sort of has a background to it, is mannequins. I definitely afraid of mannequins. So when I was little, we were at a department store and I walked up to one because I was medium and I thought, maybe this was a spirit. And I tried to shake its hand. Well, its hand fell off of mine. So I think this might be the basis behind that fear. But I still, I've conquered it enough where I can go up to mannequins and I've been there to kiss them. But during investigations, I will beeline on that. I'll watch that mannequin. I'm like, you better not move. There's a scene in the new Ghostbusters movie with the girls and the lady from Saturday Night Live. I can't remember her name, but she plays Patty in there. Well, they're going into a theater, and in the back room of the theater is a room full of mannequins. And I'm just sitting there going, no, 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 no. I'm covering my eyes like this, and sure enough, the mannequin comes to life and starts chasing her. And I'm screaming, crying, laughing, because I know it's bad, but I can't stop myself from being afraid. So, back to what Dan and Rebecca were talking about, the Dearborn Museum. They had a basement. In their basement, they had a room full of mannequins. And I decided to be brave enough to go and take a selfie with one. Now, I don't think I ever actually did take the selfie, but someone else did take a picture with me. I had another lady. She was standing with me. Getting ready to take a picture. Never quite did that part. But I'm standing there, and she's like, back up a little bit, back up. So I back up. Well, there happens to be a mannequin's arm sticking out like this, right at lip level. So it closes around my leg. And this is kind of an embarrassing photo, but I want to show you this now. So, hold on 1 second. I'll put this down so I can show you on the computer. So this is the photo that was taken by the other person. Now, if you notice, is sheer zero. Show it to the Facebook Live people here. Sheer zero. Okay? Mind you, I thought this guy looked a little bit like my dad, so I'm like, oh, he's safe.
Bring it closer, Penny. The glare's on it.
So I've shared it a lot on Facebook. Like I said, embarrassing photo, but it shows you fear. Now, another time, it was captured on photo this year. Not like that, though. We were in Las Vegas at the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. I thought I'd be brave that day. And at the time, I was really into Nicolas Cage. Not so much now. So I went up to him, and I'm standing next to him. I was taking a picture. Kind of glanced over and said, "What? Chest hair." I don't know what it was about the chest hair, but freaked out. But I just had a little bit of fear in my eyes in that photo. But so yeah, so that's the irrational fear section. A lot of people are afraid of other things. I do have a fear of moths, which is weird because I love butterflies. I love dragonflies. But if a moth gets on me, you can guarantee I become retarded. And I dance a lot too. Now, the other fear I want to talk about is true fear. I've been on a couple of investigations. I'm usually not scared on investigations. Like I said, startled, irrational fear. I have my group goes in ahead of time and they'll tell me where all mannequins are, so I know I'm prepared. But we've had a couple of incidents where I was was at there's a place in Trenton, Michigan called TV's Barbecue.
Grand Ballroom.
Grand Ballroom, and it used to be an inn and a brothel at one time. Well, I was up there doing my thing. I was getting, I was reading, doing kind of in a trance, doing a reading, and I was talking to a prostitute, and she was in love with a man who was his slave, and him, I guess, did not like this, and he was getting angry with us because we were talking to them and letting them talk to each other. So, like the lady I said earlier that dropped the F-bomb, she was feeling this anger too. So she started getting angry at it. Now, I do this thing when I'm investigating. When I close my eyes, I see a spiral of light. And that, to me, is the other side. So I was like, okay, let me ask my spirit guides what I should do. So I closed my eyes, and my spirit guide said, open the light now. So I opened the light, and these two figures came out of the light. Now, I come to realize that what I thought were my spirit guides are actually guardian angels. Because they looked like my spirit guides when they came towards me, but then they always showed themselves to me as monks. But as they came closer, they dropped their monk things, and these big wings came out. And they took the guy by his arms like this, and just zoomed out into the wall. And after that, everything was fine, and I could see in my mind's eye the prostitute and her lover were together again, and they could cross over. So I was scared at that time, but I wasn't, like, because of my protection and stuff, I didn't feel scared. The other time I was scared, I was in, now this time I actually did run, but I don't like to be alone when investigating. First of all, if you're alone and you see something, that's just you seeing it. But if you're with someone else and they can say, I saw that too, then you have, like, you know something was there. So, and also with me, I'm kind of like Rebecca, they can take me over at times, and I don't like that. So I like to have someone there to, help me to not be taken over. So we were at a lighthouse up in Whitefish Point, which is in the UP, kind of probably the highest point. I think they said, I'm not sure. But it was Whitefish Point Lighthouse. And it was the old Coast Guard house. They had let us in to investigate. And they told us about a hanging that had happened there of a man who committed suicide. And we kind of went in. We didn't really feel like things. Everyone walked out. And as I'm walking out, everyone left and I heard a noise. Like an idiot, I stayed. But the noise, I ended up realizing what it was the rope squeaking on the ladder. And I started to see the body of the man hanging. And I ran. I'm like, I can't handle this by myself. I'm out of here. So, I mean, on the one hand, I feel bad because I ran. But on the other hand, I was alone and I don't know what was going to happen. So, now the last one I'm going to talk about, I think the best for last, is Weirdo Hills. I'm sure you've all heard of it. It's tuberculosis sanitarium. I'm not sure which, but you would go there and hopefully be healed from tuberculosis, but a lot of people died there. So this place is massive. I mean, huge. We had 8 people in the entire building. There was 2 of us on each floor, and me and the Sue who dropped the F-bomb. That's going to be how she Yeah, she was very, she's not tall. Not tall, but yeah. I always say that because, oh no, that was Kim that I climbed. But Sue and Kim are about the same height. But yeah, so me and Sue are on the ground level. Like, it's kind of underground. It's the same level that the body chute is on. But we were walking, and as we're walking, it gets darker and darker. And now this is before Sue she kind of has like a little bit of an ability now, but she didn't at the time. Because when you're a ghost hunter, you start to develop more of your abilities, come more into it. So we're walking, darker and darker. And I hear this voice in my head. He says, I'm going to kill you. And I keep walking. I'm going to kill you. And I keep walking. I'm trying to be brave. And then I hear it outside of my ear. I'm going to kill you. I take a step back. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I just heard one say he's going to kill me. And she's like, I've been getting a really bad feeling. I felt something. We need to go. So I left that time. I don't regret that at all. Not one tiny bit. We actually went and we switched places with another group. They didn't feel anything at all down there. But after we left, right after we left, my brother and another investigator were down the hallway. And they said they walked around the corner and started getting darker. It was a little bit darker than the rest of the place. It was a little bit darker. They both went, yeah, let's try this out later. Turn around, really? Is that what happened? But this incident scared me so badly. I quit smoking probably in 1996, and this was in 2011, something like that. And I had a cigarette that night, and I remember holding that cigarette, and my hand was shaking like this. And it was just, that was the one time that I can pinpoint that I was afraid during an investigation. Most of the time, things would be happening, they don't scare me, but that one was pretty scary. So, well, that's enough for my fear investigation, but I do have some stuff to tell you about last night. That's a little kind of cool. So after everyone left the investigation, we decided to go back down in the valley. And I got some really cool hits with Neil and Ezra. I was picking up on both Benjamin and Mary. And also a spirit named Ezekiel, who also goes by Ezekiel, who likes Ezra. And I was checking a dog. I came up with a dog. And we were seeing all kinds of lights and stuff. But after Neil left, now the spirits were lovely. After he left, it kind of got real slow. We're just like, okay, nothing's really happening. So Ezra decided to tell me that he decided to go lay on the lawn. Alright, cool, let's do it. So we go and we're laying there. And I sit up and just like, this is really cool, I like this. And my flashlight, which I had clipped to the inside, it was inside my pocket with a clip. It got ripped out of my pocket and thrown. And I've never had that happen. It was the coolest thing ever. I thought it hit you. I really thought it hit you. Yeah. It was pretty scary. But another thing that was happening a lot when it happened twice on the bridge. It actually happened once when I came up to speak. I don't know if you know this. But I kind of lost my balance. And it was just kind of like my legs were just giving out. And up there I got scared, so I was holding on. But we went down later by the rock. And I was standing right in front of the rock. On the gravel part, not the grass. And my legs gave out, and I went down the gravel. And I was telling her, I'm okay, but I'm laying like this. So he just looked over and like, yeah. I was just down, and I could not get up. It was like a weird, like, crusher holding me down. And I could not figure it out. I finally fought it and sat up, and then I was fine. But I wasn't hurt. It wasn't a malicious feeling. What I think happened is back at some time in the past, the pool was a pond, right? Or that cement was a pond. And I was connecting, I think, with a spirit that was walking across the ice and feeling a little girl. But they fell through the ice and were trapped underneath the ice. And I think that was the pressure I was feeling trying to get up, like I was under the ice. Now, when I go, last year when I came here, I was in the jail cell. is also known as the York tank. And I got like a drowning feeling. Like I felt like water was rushing into my lungs. I had to leave and go out. I was gagging, trying to catch my breath, and I just couldn't. I couldn't seem to catch my breath. And that happened once when we first got here. We were walking down. I started getting that feeling again. I was like, "Are we near the jail cell?" So I feel like when they brought her over there to try to help her. But I don't. Well, she definitely did make it. But I'm trying to tell me. So I got the name Lucy, but I don't know if it's the same as the girl that drowned. It was definitely a little girl. I know they said there was a man that drowned. But, yeah. So, I'm trying to think about it. It was a really active night. It was weird. You know, the lights, the shadows. I saw a shadow walk across behind the fountain.
The gnome.
Yeah, and I did see a gnome, which I thought was very odd. I've never seen that before. But apparently Adam had dealt with something that was like a gnome, but it looked like a little garden gnome standing there. And that was actually just before the flashlight got lit on my pocket. So, like that. Yeah, it was like, hey. And like I was sitting there, and you know, my phone fell out of my pocket. I felt that, and it was like a slipped out. This was forcefully yanked. Like, I really thought you were hurt. I thought it hit you. That was the one thing I was concerned about. Now, are there any questions? Yeah. I did not see him. That was back when I was trying to reopen my gifts, so I wasn't quite as open as I am now. But I do feel like looking back on it, I think all I saw was a shadow, like a black figure. Now, another interesting thing about Waverly Hills is I had the doppelganger effect. So, I'm a pretty tall person. One of my other investigators, he was investigating with us. He would kind of go off on his own a little bit. And this is when there was, I think, 4 of us all together. And we're walking. And all of a sudden I feel like hands on my shoulder. And I turn. And Rodney's face is like right here. And I'm like, whoa, Rodney, what's up? And he comes out from a room over there and says, that wasn't me. And I was thinking about it. If it was him, he really would have to like, jump to get his face like right here. So I thought that was pretty cool. I did have another doppelganger effect where I was at Prospect Place in Ohio. And there's a room down there where it's like a cold storage place where they can have the body of a little girl. So we were trying to contact her. The whole time we're sitting there, we had it was me and my brother and then a couple other investigators. There's 3 other investigators. And so I thought 2 of them were sitting here and one was sitting in the doorway. And we're just investigating, you know, and then the guy that I thought was sitting in the doorway started talking over here, and I just went, whoa, wait. If you're here, then who was that? And then right as I said that, the person just disappeared into the hallway. The other girl that was with me was like holding it, like, oh my god, you saw that too? Oh, I can't believe that. So it was pretty shocking. So yeah, I've actually been talking to him, which is quite weird. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah.
And look, there's one feature that happened with this camera where when I take a picture, it will record like a few seconds of video of when I sound the pictures all around.
burst mode on your computer, just like pick that one. A couple of times I've been investigating in the burst mode on my camera, just started taking random pictures. So, and it was at this one place where I go, and like my phone is always acting up there. Like my last phone that I had this like feature where when you touched it, it would look like waves went by, you know, to turn your phone on. So I had it sitting on the counter, and it would just go like that, and you could see almost like fingers going across it. I thought that was really cool. I don't have that phone anymore, so. But yeah, there's something else I was gonna say. Any other questions? Oh, how much time have I got? Okay. So we were talking earlier about with Rebecca having her near-death experience. So when I was 3 years old, I had what I consider near-death experience. Like the doctors never told my parents that I died or anything, but my appendix had ruptured and I had peritonitis was spreading through my system, but my body formed like a pocket and kept most of it in there. So when they took me in for surgery, I see this is what I think it's more like what Adam was talking about, like astral projection in your body, because I remember laying on the table and I remember rising up out of my body and I could see all the surgeons around me and I could see my little blue bear that they put off in another room because I couldn't have it in the surgery room with me. And then I remember going to the waiting room and I remember my dad sitting there crying. And then that part always. Then I went up out of the ceiling and I went to my home, like where I lived at. And I remember I was wearing a yellow dress with black shiny shoes and I was holding a balloon. It was a red balloon and I was standing there looking up at the sky and a crow came down and it landed on the balloon and it talked to me and it said, "You can come home with me if you want or you can stay here. But if you stay here, you'll have a lot. It will be hard life, but it will be a good life." So I chose to stay here. And I think the reason that, I think children, they don't see like the tunnel of light that everyone says, and like someone standing at the end of your children are more scared of that type of thing. So I think that's why when Rebecca had hers, Mickey Mouse came to her, because what they do is they make something that the child is drawn to or won't be afraid of to let them know, you don't have to come with us, but you can if you want to. So that was my near-death experience. And after that, I kind of would see things, but I didn't know what they were, and I kind of started blocking it out. And in high school, I tried to bring it back, and it was really hard to open up again. And then I got picked on for it, so I blocked it again. So, and I think like probably around 95, 96, I started opening it again. And it was a hard process to reopen it and let the spirits come in. Yeah, any questions? So here? Yeah, familiar. Yeah, I guess that's everything. Yeah. Thank you, Patty. I love speaking on Facebook. Okay, cool. I had to go.